I'm Madam Joyce from Educare TZ. I'm teaching biology, and today I'll be with you to discuss our topic, that is cytology, whereby we are going to deal with our subtopic, that is types of cell. So as we have to recall, as usual, we have to recall on the previous session. On the previous session, we terminate by looking on the ribosome, and we have seen almost two types of ribosome. That is 70s ribosomes together with the 80s ribosome, and also we terminated by discussing the difference of it, that is 70s ribosome na ile 80s ribosome inakuwa na utofauti wa aje. So now in our today's session also we're going to proceed, or we're going to discuss these ribosomes, and we're going to see also another kind of ribosomes. Ribosomes and the contents which are found within the cell. So now you are warm welcome. So now let's see the functions of the ribosomes. The functions of ribosome. So now you can see here, ribosomes are site of protein synthesis. They provide surface area or space for polypeptide chain construction and enzyme for synthesis of peptide bonds between amino acid monomers. So hii ribosomes tumesema kwamba yenyewe inafanya kazi ya kutengeneza proteins. So the protein created, they provide surface area or space for polypeptide chain construction and enzyme for synthesis of polypeptide chain between amino acid monomers. Remember, this one, they are just we can say that they are just a reactant in order for the formation of the protein. So the presence of the polypeptide bonds and the amino acid between it ndio ambayo inatengeneza baadaye sasa the presence of the protein. So simply we can say that the function of the main function of ribosome is for protein synthesis within a cell, and hence they are known as the protein factories, as I have explained to you, that they act as a reactant. So they act as the initial point or initial product in order for the formation of the protein, that is protein factories. And now the ribosomes are adapted for protein synthesis as they have ribosomal RNA, that is rRNA, which provide attachment point for both messenger RNA and the transfer RNA. Kwa hiyo sasa tunasema kwamba hii ribosome they are adapted to protein synthesis. Kwa sababu gani? Is due to the presence of this ribosomal RNA, and also it provide attachment point for the both of the messenger RNA together with the transfer RNA, ndio ambayo inakuja to transcribe now or to translate which kind of protein to be formed within animal or a plant cell or any kind of cell that contain ribosome. And that's all. And also another function of the ribosome, we can say that ribosome have receptor sites on the small subunit where messenger RNA bind itself, and they are able to read and translate the message contained in the messenger RNA codes. So ribosome act as a receptor site. So receptor site on the small subunit. Remember, the small subunit of ribosome is that 70s ribosome. So now simply here we can say that where now in that small subunit is whereby it provides attachment of a messenger RNA in order to code for a different kind of protein to be made within the cell. And that's why here you can see this messenger RNA bind itself, and then they are able to read and translate the message contained in the messenger RNA code. So ile messenger RNA inajiattach within the ribosome. All of this we're going to lead or to discuss in detail while we are reaching on the topic that is genetics. But here you have to know that hii ribosome provide just a receptor site au ni area ambapo sasa hile messenger RNA inaenda kujiattach. Ikijiattach pale ndipo ambapo messenger RNA inakuwa na uwezo mkubwa wa kuread and to translate different kinds of protein to be made within the cell. But also now we have another importance or the function of the ribosome, and this is, we have seen that they have enzymes that catalyze the synthesis of peptide bonds. But also within the ribosomes, also there is a presence of these enzymes. Zile enzymes ambazo zinapatikana ndani ya ile ribosome ndizo ambazo zinasaidia sasa kukatalyze ile polypeptide bond, or we can say that peptide bond, catalyze the synthesis of peptide bond. So peptide bond inatengenezwa ni kwa sababu tu kuna presence ya hii ribosome. Remember, we have different kinds of bonds. We have these hydrogen bonds, we have polypeptide bonds, we have different kinds of bonds. So the presence of the enzymes which are found within the ribosomes ndio ambayo sasa inapelekea formation of the peptide bond within the cell of living organism. And now let's see another content or another component or another cellular organelle which is found within the cell of any living organism, and that is lysosome. So lysosome are membrane enclosed organelle that contain any array of enzymes capable of breaking down all types of biological polymers, that is proteins, nucleic acid, carbohydrate, and lipids. So now you can see this lysosome, they are just membrane enclosed organelle, ambapo sasa within it is whereby it finds different kinds of enzymes. So those enzymes, they are responsible for breaking down all of the type of polymers, proteins, and also nucleic acid, carbohydrate, and lipids. So they are there in order to breaking down all of the components, or we can say that respiratory substrate. We are talking about protein, nucleic acid, we are talking about carbohydrate together with lipids. Hiyo kazi yote inafanywa na lysosome. And the word lysosome comes from two words. That is, the first one, it is called lyso, meaning digestive, and soma, meaning body. So simply we can say that they are also referred as a suicide bag, since they undergo self-destruction, hence the digestion of the entire cell, that is the autolysis. Remember, here we have seen that the lyso means digestive, and the soma means body. So simply we can say that digestive body, that is the lysosome. But also here we have another thing that is very crucial and very important, that is refers to this lysosome, they refers to as a suicide bag. Why are they called a suicide bag? It's because there is this lysosome, it undergoes self-destruction since it reproduces its enzymes. So those enzymes, they tend to destroy or to destruct the cellular components, and thus bring about the digestion of the entire cell. And that process we're going to clarify more while we are discussing on the function of the lysosome on autolysis. Why is it termed as the suicide bag? But here you have to know that this suicide bag is just a self-destruction of a cell that results to destruction of the entire cell. And they mostly occur in the animal cells, few or rare in a plant cell. So this autolysis mainly it occurs in animal cells, and it is very rarely, kwa uchache sana unaweza ukaikuta kwenye plant cell, but here mostly inaokaa sana kwenye animal cell. But now lysosomes are not present in bacteria and mature erythrocytes, while a few of them occurs in muscle cell. So the location now of the lysosome, here you can see it is not present in the bacteria. Simply we can say that it is not present in the prokaryotic cell. But also it is found, and it is not present in the bacteria cell, and mature erythrocyte. When we are talking about mature erythrocyte here, we are talking about red blood cell. So this lysosome, they are not found within the lysosome. Red blood cells haipo hii ambayo tunaita lysosome, lakini inapatikana kwenye muscle cells together with any kind of cell. But tukiongelea kwenye animal cell haipatikani kwenye prokaryotic cell, kwenye animal cell haipatikani kwenye hii ambayo tunaita red blood cell. So we have this something that is leukocyte, especially granulocyte, a particularly rich source of lysosome. So ukija kwenye hii leukocyte ambayo sasa ndio tunaita white blood cells, ndipo ambapo unaikuta hii lysosome kwa wingi zaidi. Remember, the white blood cells, they are specialized for fighting of the diseases or infections. So it demands the presence of the lysosome, since it will distract all of the harmful or infections that are surrounded the living organism. So in addition, they are numerous in the epithelial cells of the lungs and the uterus. So zinapatikana kwa wingi sana kwenye epithelial cells of the lungs with the uterus, ndipo ambapo unaweza ukazipata hizi kwa wingi. So that is all about the location of this lysosome. So my student, for more clarification on the structure of the lysosome, I would like to invite you in the next part, whereby we're going to clarify on the structure now of this lysosome. So thank you for your time and for listening.